Hi, this is Kamera. My first few minutes with God, day 95, Judges, chapters 16 through 18. So we see Samson is a Nazarite. He was given rules to follow, the Nazarite rules. His mother, during her pregnancy, she was given Nazarite rules to follow as well. So he was born Nazarite. But we also see that Samson doesn't always follow the rules. One of the rules we know he keep for sure is his hair until he is nagged. The rules for Nazarites, you'll find them in Numbers chapter 6. But anyway, he hangs out with his prostitute. Philistines, I use both names. They discovered this, and so they decide they're going to ambush him. He wakes up in the middle of the night, and when they wake up to a surprise. Samson, his personality, I mean, he is a hothead, and he's something else. He does what he want to do, and he feels justified. This boy is a trip. But anyway, he falls for Delilah, and the Philistines, they hear about this, and so they approach her and offer her a deal. If she can help capture them, then they will give her 1,100 pieces of silver each. These are the Philistine rulers who's offering her this. And she goes for it. She nags Samson and she nags him. Day after day, she's nagging him until he reveals the truth. His strength is in his hair. If he shaves his hair, he will lose his strength. She has his head shaved, and then he is captured. Question: do you really believe that Samson's strength is in his hair, or was in his hair? That's something to really think about. Anyway, now Samson is bound in chains. He is forced labor. His eyes have been gouged out. Isn't that something? And so, fast forward, there's this great festival that the Philistine rulers have. They're praising or celebrating the capture of Samson. They're praising their god Dagon for capturing Samson. They call out Samson as a spectacle. They want to use him as amusement. And they're praising their God. They're saying like there's like maybe 3,000 men and women on the roof of the temple. Just imagine how many were in the temple and around the temple. Anyway, Samson, he asked the Lord to give him to be with him one more time, so that he can destroy these people. So what happens is Samson, he places his hands on the two pillars that support the temple. And so after he asked God for just to be with him one more time, God gives him that strength, and he causes this temple to collapse, killing himself and everyone on the temple, around the temple, or what have you. And it is said that he killed more people during that one time than his entire life. And fast forward, his family retrieves his body and they bury him with his father Manoah. In today's read, we also learned that there's this guy who confessed to stealing his mother's silver, 1,100 pieces. And so he gives it back. She takes 200 of those, 200 pieces of silver, creates this idol, and she gives it to her son. Michael places that idol in his home. He builds this shrine for this idol. A priest come over, a Levite priest. He comes there, and actually he's Roman. And so Michael, he hires this priest to be his personal priest. So now he has this priest who is his personal priest, and they're both worshiping this idol. Fast forward, the children of Dan, they have not settled yet in their allotted lands. They send out these 5 scouts. These 5 scouts, they find a location, but they stop by Michael's. At Michael's, they see that there is a priest there and there is an idol there. So once they locate this property that they are pleased with, they go back to the other children of Dan. And the children of Dan, they have these 600 warriors who go out to retrieve that land. They take that land. They settle in that land. They stop by Michael's and they take not only the priest, but the idol as well, Michael's idol. Isn't that something? Michael, he tried to get that back, but they were like, you don't want to die, you need to turn back. And so we see here that Micah, the children of Dan, are now serving idols. There's a lot here, guys, to be said. But that's day number 95, Judges chapter 16 through 18. You have a God-filled blessed day.